They can't see the magic you bring into my life, but I don't need them to. My heart knows exactly how much you mean to me. It's hard for them to understand the way you light up my world, but when you're near, everything feels right in ways words can't explain. My family doesn't understand the way you make me feel, but every moment with you confirms that this love is real, and that's all I need. I've stopped trying to explain why I love you. Some things are just meant to be felt, not dissected. They don't get it, but it's okay. What we share isn't something that needs anyone's approval. It's a bond I treasure deeply. They may not understand, but when I'm with you, I feel like I've found a place I never want to leave. It's difficult for them to understand how your presence fills the empty spaces in my heart, but that's okay. You are my everything. I don't need them to see it. I just need to know that when I look at you, everything feels like it's exactly as it should be. Their lack of understanding doesn't change how I feel about you. In my heart, it's you and me against the world. I've realized that I don't need to explain to them why I love you. Love speaks without words. It just is. They may never understand the depth of my feelings, but I don't mind. What we have is between us, and that's all that matters. When they question my heart, I simply remind myself that love doesn't need to make sense to everyone, just to the ones who feel it. They might not understand why I'm so drawn to you, but I know deep down it's because you are everything my soul has been searching for. I've learned that love doesn't need anyone's approval. It's just something that exists between two people who truly see each other. I don't need their understanding. What matters is how I feel when I'm with you. And that's the truth I'll always hold on to. They can't see how much you complete me, but I don't need them to. What we have is something that transcends their perception. It's difficult for them to understand, but in my heart, I know you're the one I'm meant to be with. That's all I need. Even if they don't understand the love we share, I will always hold you close in my heart because you're everything to me. They might not get it now, but in time they'll see how you've changed my life for the better. They don't see the way you make my soul sing, but that's okay. I'm perfectly content keeping this love between us. My family may not understand the quiet moments we share, but those moments are everything to me. No one else needs to understand how much you mean to me. I carry your love with me every day, in every way. I've stopped trying to explain to them why you're my everything. Some things are simply felt, not explained. They don't understand the way you make me feel, but I don't need them to. I know that this love is real, and that's enough. Their doubts don't bother me. What we share is between us, and I know that you are my heart's true home. I wish they could feel what I feel when I'm with you. Until then, I'll carry this love quietly, fiercely, and without apology. No one else has to understand the way I feel about you. I carry your love with me, and that's all that matters. They may never understand why I love you so deeply, but I know that our connection is something rare and beautiful. I don't need anyone's approval to know that loving you is the best thing I've ever done. They might question it, but I know the truth in my heart. You are the one I want to spend my life with. The world might not understand what we have, but that's okay. As long as we understand each other, that's all that matters. My family may not see the way you change me for the better, but that's fine. I see it, and that's what keeps me going. I don't need them to understand. The way I feel about you is something that lives in my soul, and no one else can take that away. They don't understand the way my heart beats for you, but that's okay. I'll keep loving you with all that I am. It's not about them understanding. It's about us knowing that this love is real, and that's more than enough. They can't see the way you make me feel safe and loved, but I don't need them to. I have you, and that's all I need. I've learned that love doesn't need to be understood by everyone. It just needs to be felt by the ones who matter. They might never understand how you've become my everything, but I don't need them to. I already know how lucky I am to have you. My family might not understand, but I've learned that love doesn't need an explanation. It just needs to exist. I don't need their approval to know what I feel for you is real. When I'm with you, the whole world falls into place. They don't need to understand my feelings for you because in my heart, I already know that this love is at everything. No matter how much I try to explain, they will never understand the depth of what I feel for you. My heart has its own language, one they cannot translate. It's not easy trying to make them see what you mean to me, but I'll keep showing them, one day at a time, that you are my everything. Even though my family doesn't get it, I know in my soul that what we have is real, and that's all that matters to me. They may not understand the warmth you bring into my life, but every moment with you makes it clearer that this is where I belong. Trying to explain my love for you to them feels like trying to describe the colors of the sunset to someone who's never seen the sky. My family doesn't see what I see when I look at you, but that's okay. I feel it in every beat of my heart, and that's enough for me. It's hard to explain to them how much you mean to me because words can't capture the way my heart races when I think of you. I wish they could feel the love I have for you, but until they do, I'll carry it with me quietly, fiercely, and always. They don't see the connection we share, but I don't need them to. You are my peace, and that's something I don't need to explain. The world may not understand our bond, but when you're near, nothing else matters except the way you make my heart feel alive. It's hard to make them understand because the love we share doesn't fit into the box they've created for me. But that's what makes it unique. My family doesn't get how my soul lights up when I'm with you, but I don't need them to. I'll keep showing them through my actions. It's not their fault they don't understand how you've changed my world. Some things are too beautiful for words to explain. They can't see you the way I do, but the truth is I don't need anyone's approval. You are my heart's desire, and that's enough. When they ask about you, all I can do is smile, because the words to describe you don't exist in this world, only in my heart. There's no need for them to understand how much you mean to me. You are my world, and that's the only truth I need. I don't need to explain why I feel the way I do about you. Love doesn't need validation. It just needs to exist. They may not understand the intensity of my feelings for you, but when I look at you, everything else fades away. My family can't grasp what you've done for my heart, but that's okay. I'll love you quietly without needing them to see. They don't see you the way I do, but I know that what we share is something rare, and I'll protect it fiercely. I've tried to explain my feelings, but the truth is, no one else needs to understand. This love is mine to keep. When they ask why, I simply say, because you make me feel whole. Words can't capture the magic of what we share. It's hard for them to understand the depth of my emotions, but I've learned that love doesn't need to be explained, only felt. They'll never know what it's like to feel my heart beat faster every time you're near, but that's okay, because this is my journey with you. My family doesn't understand the pull I feel towards you, but I don't need their approval to know that you are my home. They may not understand the peace you bring into my life, but I don't need them to. I'll carry that peace with me no matter what. It's not their fault they don't understand, but I'm okay with that. The connection we share is deep and beyond their comprehension. They can't see the beauty in us, but I don't mind. As long as you're by my side, that's all I need. It's not about them understanding. It's about us knowing that this love is real, and it's enough to keep us going. I've learned not to explain my feelings for you because love is something that's felt, not explained. When they don't get it, I don't get discouraged. The bond we share is a language only we understand, and that's more than enough. They may question my choices, but my heart knows that you are the one I want to share this life with, and no explanation is needed. I don't need their approval to love you, and I don't need their approval to be happy with you. Love speaks louder than words. They may not understand the way you make me feel, but every time we're together, I feel a piece of my soul come alive. It's difficult for them to see the connection we share, but that's okay because I know that love doesn't need an audience. Every time I try to explain to them, I'm reminded that love is something that can't be rationalized, only experienced. They might not understand how deeply I care about you, but the truth is, I don't need them to. You are my heart's truth. I don't expect them to get it, but when I'm with you, everything in my world makes sense. My family doesn't see it, but when I look at you, I see a future, a love that's more than just words. It's a feeling that fills me completely,